that the image has this setup, and if you take a ruler guide and set it so that it goes into the section here in the middle, it'll give you a little bit of a place to start. So here's the layer with all of the graphics on there. I'm just going to double click on it and reduce it down to 20%. Click on this side of it. So when I take a look, I just want to get a elliptical tool maybe to use this for this particular shape, like so. In the space bar, I can place it right in the middle there, and I can see the center part and locate that later. This part that has the floral section, I'm just going to take the pen tool and create this shape going right in the center there and bending it like that. And I can use the eyedrop tool to get some of the color. I can go back to getting the black for the line section, and then I can take the stroke palette if you have the window open. Just go under stroke. Here's the stroke palette. Oop, close it up there. And that's going to allow me to change it, maybe use the profile a little bit differently. And then now I have the rotation tool. So I'm going to click with the option key right in the middle, and that brings up this window. And I can increase or decrease. Now, this is just using the top point. So you can actually rotate the shape a little bit if it's a little off there. If you try to change the entire rotation of it, select the entire piece, hold the option down in the middle again, and then bring this across and hit copy. And if you remember, this was just using the command key going all the way across with option D. That'll give you that entire background there, so you can kind of take a look at this direction. So you have all these shapes, just kind of grabbing them without the circle, and that'll give you a floral pattern, just kind of setting it off there. And I'm just going to group this together, and now if I want to put a copy on it, I just go to Edit Copy and Edit Paste in Place, and here's the fill color, and here's the eyedrop to get that color. You can double click on this and change it slightly. Click OK, and now I can rotate this just by coming to the outside edge, and it gives you another pattern that goes behind that. And you can also place in there, you can try the gradients inside, coming down to this section, and you can take the color harmonies. You can toggle through the library, for example, and see just what this is going to entail. So when you see some of this, you can kind of get an idea, and it travels the entire shape as being that section, and you can actually change the coloring of the path to a lighter color, that type of thing. And these are just two grouped elements over the top. And if I want to work on the image again, I can just go to Object and hide this selection and start another one. And this time, I'm just going to command click with the rotation, click on this part right here, and just hold the option key and duplicate this section going around it. And so now I have a third configuration of these flowers, and it gives you this section. Then just go to Object and Show All, and you have a whole slew of 3 pieces that you can group together. Just go to Object and hide these selections. And then when you take a look at the graphic for the letter, I'm just going to shift key this part and go to a gradient. You can see that part. And I can either draw it again or just make a copy of it and rotate it around. And here you can see the reflect tool. And this will allow you to place this right over the top. So you can kind of set those areas up pretty easily and just group that together. And then take a look. I lost the graphic for that piece. Here's the circle with the gradient tool. And you can kind of estimate those pieces in there as well. So there you go. Object, just go to Show All. Turn off the scan. And that gives you that graphic pretty well laid out there. So see if you can take a look at placing that together.